And now, I haven't lied to you guys yet. I haven't lied to you guys at all. I've been telling the truth. Now listen to this. Listen to this. Speakeasy is responsible for this. Are you guys hearing me? Speakeasy is responsible for this, y'all. So if something happens to Shakim, when you see that glowing little avatar and shit, you hold that Negro accountable, yo.
It's about to be some work. Oh, I'm about to do some goddamn, I'm about to do some circumcisms.
Hey, Smoke, what the fuck did you just say you was about to do? Shout out to Smoke. But today ain't about him. Welcome to the courtroom, ladies and gentlemen. The Shocumentary Part 3. We got to call this one Chinks in His Armor. Binary code cracked. See, vaginary code, Mr. Made in China, has been coming over here into the sector since day one, culturally appropriating us one by one, ladies and gentlemen. He is nothing more than a look at me ass nigga. This has everything to do with his upbringing, his lack of a strong black male role model in his life. He strikes me as a single child or something like that. But I ain't here to diagnose him because I ain't a doctor, but I'm playing a lawyer right now, bitch. Vaginary code. We watched you come in here and steal from everybody. Good guys was over here having a good time, and this look at me ass nigga came over. Now, I can rhyme too. Look at me, guys. Get the fuck out of here. Smoke came on the scene, got his own panel, was doing this motherfucking thing. He went over there and stole everybody from Smoke. Look at me, guys. I could do it too. Get him the fuck out of here. What you doing here? Dr. Umar Johnson came on the scene with the special education shit. Here he come. Look at me, guys. I could do it too. Get the fuck out of here. Why the fuck do you need so much validation, you little bitch? You came in here and you came into every chat room in the motherfucking sector, mouth first. From Lennon all the way down, mouth first, stealing from everybody. What's your purpose? Is it just the attention that you looking for? Because this here ass whipping that you gonna get today ain't what you wanted, but it is what you asked for. I don't know why you wanted to fuck with me. Your pop should have told you, let a sleeping dog lie. But since you think you can fuck with the Speakeasy, you like gaming? Well, you should have played the game and not yourself, bitch, because that's exactly what you just did. You played yourself. So today we gonna look at who binary, who vaginary, who cryinary code really is. Oh, I forgot one more. Hey, y'all, look at me. Remember when Lennon was dropping tears? Cryinary code did the thing. Hey, look at me, y'all. I can cry too. You see? I think we're going to have to take a close look at binary. And today I'm going to illustrate to y'all that he is an arrogant, self-centered, me-ass little bitch who will use anyone, anybody, anything close to him just to get attention. And from the clips that I will be displaying today, I don't think it matters what kind of attention he gets. This look at me ass nigga, you got problems today because you made the list. This what you wanted. It ain't gonna be what you asked for though. You fucked up. Oh, you fucked up. So No bells and whistles is necessary. Let's get into the first clip to identify this little fucker.
I need to be gone. Oh, I can't wait until you guys learn my story. Oh, I can't wait for y'all to learn my story.
So, you can't wait for us to learn your story. What the fuck is so special about your story? Why should we give a fuck about your story? Is your story more special than any one of ours? Bitch, you 43 and you on here crying, telling motherfuckers you wish we knew your story. Bitch, if we knew your story, fuck, we supposed to let you just get away with anything because we know your story? Get the fuck out of here and stop bitching, pussy. Ain't no man supposed to be your age online talking about, I wish y'all knew my story. Fuck your story, nigga. Because there's some other stories we gonna get into today. Oh, you are going to help us know your story today. I wish y'all knew my story. Bitch, you are in trouble. But this is the first illustration I wanted to show y'all with his self-centeredness. Because only self-centered motherfuckers would take a look at their own story and say, hey, my story is so great, I wish y'all knew it. Fuck your story, bitch. It's other motherfuckers who know your life. They are the ones who are supposed to tell you, hey man, you got a great story. I think you should tell it. But this bitch motherfucker think he's been through so much that it would be a greatest story on earth and it would motivate the world. Fuck your story, bitch. Because I don't think it's anything special about it. So now that we've established the baseline for his self-centered arrogance, let's get into the rest of the shit.
And they show the overwhelming love and support, man. I'm telling you, man. I don't care about the memes, man. I'm focused. Y'all awaken something in me.
Oh.
Y'all awaken something in me.
Whoa. Sound freaky. Awaken something.
Y'all don't know how. Y'all don't understand what type of dark space I was in.
Whoa. Stop right there. Fuck is you talking about? What type of dark space you was in? What the fuck is you talking about, this dark space shit that you was in, bitch? If you an educator and you're mentally in a fucking dark place, I don't think you fit to be an educator. I don't think you fit to be around other people, kids, when you telling us you was mentally in a dark space. What the fuck type time you on, nigga? Did you tell those parents and kids you work with that you was in a dark space? What type time is you on? I'm trying to figure this out because I wouldn't want my child to be around any adult who admits to being in dark spaces, nigga. What's up with you? Y'all be the judge. Let's continue.
And how desperate I needed a community of people that understood me.
The fuck is there to understand?
I mean, y'all can say whatever you want, troll, I don't care. I have a group of people that understand.
What the fuck?
Hey man, I don't care, man. I know I look stupid. I know the plastered, the memes. Look at binary crybaby. I don't care, yo. I got a group of people that rock with me, man.
Oh, stop!
That shit's
right
hard,
there.
man. That's
so, ladies and gentlemen of the sector. He just said he got a group of people that rock with him. Now see, here's where the problem is. Cryinary. Y'all see he throwing the fake tears and shit out? You can't tell whether the motherfucker crying or if he talking regular. But let's stay on topic. He said he got a group of people that rock with him. Let's talk about the group of people that rock with him just for a second. Who was they rocking with first? That group of people was rocking with AAS and the anti-fraud warriors first. Then they splintered up a little bit and those people started rocking with Smoke. You came into Smoke's chat room, cultural appropriating like a motherfucker, went in their mouth first. Now those people are rocking with you. It appears to me that birds of a feather is flocking together, and all of these people are blown by every wind of doctrine. You know what that means, don't you? Oh, I know you know what it means. You see, the good guy's stance has always been to be against hypocrisy. And our mission statement ain't changed. What we say ain't never changed. But these people that rock with you have. They don't know who to follow or who to rock with. But that's the sturdy group that you got rocking with you, huh? Well, the question is, who will they be rocking with next, dickhead? A group of chat room whoas. That's who rocking with you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's continue. We are at work.
I don't care what nobody say. You can't say nothing. You can't say nothing. See, that's solid right there. That's solid. Man, y'all got me tripping up here, man.
Fuck is you crying for, boy?
Y'all got me tripping, y'all.
Oh shit.
Y'all got me tripping.
Damn.
I just want to throw this out here again. If you,
hey, what the fuck? Hey man, where the fuck did tears go?
You
oh, see, this motherfucker done went from blowing snot bubbles and crying and shit to saying, hey, don't forget to call my job, y'all. What the fuck?
All this is being saved, you guys.
Oh,
all your
hell
emails
no.
and everything that you're doing, it's
now that clip that we just seen was a direct result of anti-afro throwing a small jab at this little bitch. Anti-afro just threw a small jab at him, right? And we just seen the nigga crying. Now what we gonna have to ask ourselves is, why is he crying? Or why did he appear to be crying and so emotional? But we gotta look at this clip, because this might put some things in perspective for us. So let's into this piece of evidence here.
Brief second, because it's not that deep, right? One, I just want to put this out here, or out there to you guys listening. I like AAS. I told everybody in the grandmama knows that. That is no secret, right? She has an agenda. Listen. So everything that she does, it's understandable.
Y'all heard that? Everything that she does, it's understandable. Then why the fuck you crying? Why you always crying? Why? If you just said, and this is something that he said on numerous occasions, one of the litmus tests to find out whether or not you neutral or not in this sector is you come to a good guy panel and you say, fuck Lennon. You say, fuck anti-afro. And if you can't say that, we know you're not neutral. Now, he said, and like he always says, he rocks with anti-afro. He said he understands everything that she does. So if you understand everything that she does and it's all okay with you, why you bitching now? After making a statement like that, you cannot bitch. You cannot cry. You cannot whine. It seems as if you are being ensnared by your own words. I know you know what I'm saying. Cryinary code. Before we get into the next clip, you said you used to belong to a church. Why you don't belong to that church no more, boy? Huh, Cryinary Code? Because you sound kind of pastorist. It seems to me that Cryinary Code is trying to milk the congregation by trying to be a pastor. He's trying to pasteurize y'all, but that milk been spoiled. Bars. Why ain't you a part of that church no more, that pot? Did they excommunicate you? What kind of church was it or something? Because one thing church folk know is if you a pastor, you made it to the top of the charts in the church, and you're doing God's work, why ain't you doing it now? Were you called to do that work? Or was you just in there manipulating them good old-fashioned church people too? Because we about to get into your manipulation. Everybody know that's been in the church, when God calls you to do something and you ain't doing it, your soul don't sit right. You can be given over to a reprobate mind. Hey, binary code, what type time is you on? Is you good with everything anti-afro do, like you say, or is you gonna backtrack on your words? A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, and this is one unstable individual. I think it's time for us to go into the next clip. I don't know why you wanted to fuck with me, cuz I just be chilling. Let's do this.
I will go to whatever side that's winning. I said that.
Yeah, you said that.
I have no sides, yo. And I did that intentionally.
Intentionally.
Now, I came into the game to show glimpses of myself. Now, what I want you guys to understand, is I did that intentionally.
Intentionally.
I came into the game to show glimpses of myself intentionally.
Intentionally. Key word.
I came into the game to show you glimpses of myself intentionally.
Intentionally.
And I say that because check it out. At 1,000 subs, you're supposed to see my family. There was a certain amount of subs, you saw my baby. But there was one thing that I did super intentionally, and that was at 100 subs, I started an Instagram account.
What the fuck? What?
At 100 subs, I started an Instagram account. And when I started that Instagram account, the 6 people who know what's up knows why I started that Instagram account.
Well, are you going to tell us?
I said that I am going to start giving glimpses of myself to this sector. The main premise of this sector is Dr. Umar scamming the black community and using special education.
So what?
Hold on. Thank you. What?
Y'all keep listening. He telling you what type time he on.
This absolutely has nothing to do with AFW. This has everything to do with AAS and who's ever helping her.
Oh, really?
At 100 subs, I made the Instagram account.
Okay.
And the tall tale sign was...
What's that?
The first person to stoop as low as going to a real life situation, whether it be my football team, whether it be my baby, or whether it be my Instagram account, that will be the low life. It does not matter what they do to me personally, what they say about me, what they say about this, what they say about that. For a person to know that I am a great special education teacher.
Oh, are you?
That I am doing fantastic things for the community in which I live. I have sponsorships out of this world.
Wow.
And I now have YouTube sponsorships. I thank you guys so much for the cash apps and the things that you give to help support what I'm doing. I appreciate that.
Listen to him.
But we knew the first person or team or whatever that chops up my baby, that chops up any of my football players, or that goes to my Instagram, that shit was wide open. Whoa. If you guys noticed, I left it wide open. My baby stuff wasn't privated.
Wow.
My football stuff wasn't privated. My Instagram wasn't privated. That's why I'm running around saying, hey, oh man, I think it's private. Oh man, no, because I have this. So you heavy hitters, you see who it was.
Wow, wait.
I can't believe it.
Now what y'all just heard was his intentional, detailed plan to exploit children. In a sector full of grown folks, he used and exploited children on purpose, trying to dox himself. If you want yourself to be seen, you just put your Instagram out there and say, this is where I'm at. He used and exploited children intentionally. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all know I done cussed anti-afro out. But one thing that got this motherfucker shook, we all know anti-afro has built the AFW with virtually nothing against Umar Johnson. No verifiable proof of anything. But she is a leader and she got her squad. But what makes her super dangerous is when she actually does have something. In binary, you know right now she actually has something on you. This is tangible. We have you here explaining and detailing your exploitation of children. Don't you understand that as parents, teachers are the most trusted people that we can find ourselves around, because we have a blind faith when it comes to teachers. We drop our kids off and we don't think about nothing because we know they're safe, and we go back to get them in the same condition that we left them in. We do not expect teachers to try to exploit our children at all. You betrayed the trust of those parents. You exploited their children. But the question is, why? For what? Why were you leading people to where you purposely put these children with all the fucking weirdos out here on the internet? Why? You just detailed for us how you intentionally exploited these children. I don't want to hear no Wu-Tang Way shit. Fuck that shit, nigga. Because you got a motherfucking habit of doing stupid shit and then turning around trying to apologize. That's like a motherfucker who'll smack his girl and say, I'm sorry, baby. Smack her tomorrow and say, you know what? I never do that again. Smack her the next day and say, you know what? I really learned from the last 3 times I smacked you. I ain't gonna do it again, and smack her again. Fuck that Wu-Tang Way shit, nigga. You betrayed the trust of parents. You exploited those children on purpose. You need your ass whooped. It is my hope that one of those children's parents finds you, finds out what you did, and beat your ass. They need to be the millstone around your neck for putting them kids in harm's way. You exploited children, and you come on here with this bitch ass Joel Osteen ass voice trying to manipulate motherfuckers, and you betraying the trust of the children. You betrayed the trust of the parents. You betrayed the trust of us all. You discussed, and we're gonna let him continue to go into detail about what he did. This right here part of the movie, this ain't no game right here. This where we talking that shit. You fucked up. And you a fucked up individual for doing what you did. Now I'm speaking as a dad to your bitch ass. Because if any one of them kids was my kids, I'd beat your ass. I'd do the time for whooping that ass. Because you fucking around with my kids, nigga. Each and every one of them kids in that class represents mine. Because let me tell all of you something. If any one of them kids in that class would have been yours, he would have manipulated you, he would have lied to you, but why he wanted to do what he wanted to do, and he would have did it. And the question is, why? Let's go to the next clip. Let him talk.
It wasn't D.Darell. It wasn't Shake and Bake. It wasn't Smoke. It wasn't Flacco. It wasn't TC.
Rattling
it
off
wasn't
there.
Rev G. It wasn't let me see your transcripts.
Wow.
It wasn't any of them cats. The person that stooped the lowest was AAS.
You hear this nigga blaming the world.
Was gonna happen 2 months from now when hopefully I have 1,000 subs.
This about a channel?
But I guess momentum carries harder than subs because motherfuckers, I got momentum up in this bitch.
You did this shit for views? See what they do for
I have
views?
momentum. And I guess momentum.
What?
Hey,
what?
There we go. Hey, mods, get on the job. Mods, get on the job.
Yo, this
is telling.
Wow.
For whatever reason, she grabbed those pictures off of my Instagram. That D.Darell could have grabbed.
Damn.
That Flacco could have grabbed. That even Shake and Bake could have grabbed. Even Shake and Bake was like, you know, I ain't fucking with those. Shake and Bake was on record saying, I'm trying to protect those kids.
Ooh.
Shake and Bake was on record saying, I'm trying to protect those kids. I'm going after Binary because I want to protect those kids. I heard him say it out of his own mouth. Even Shake and Bake said that after all the stuff I've done. Even he said that.
Wow.
This woman has photos of my kids from special needs on her desktop.
Wow. Wow.
Or whoever grabbed them for her. Yeah, right. She grabbed those.
How'd they get there?
This woman has photos of kiddos with special needs on her desktop. Now, when I saw the video and I was clicking on it, I was like, okay, I didn't expect it to be you, but okay. But before I clicked on it, I was like, hold up. She's blocking out all these faces, but there's a student of mine whose face is not blocked out. And I find it interesting that the student of mine whose face is not blocked out is black.
Here we go with the no.
The student of mine whose face is not blocked out is black, y'all.
Trying to pull the race card.
So you're telling me AAS is supposed to protect the black community from scammers that's building their profile off the backs of special education kids, but she goes to a teacher who is known for being excellent within the special education field and who has done nothing but bring good things to this sector by showing people the way, and she takes pictures of a person who's doing excellent things in the community, having his own football league catered towards black kids. She takes pictures from his Instagram of kids with disabilities and puts them on her YouTube, which is so wide open. How many subscribers does she have? I have 30 people following me on Instagram.
Listen.
How many subscribers does she have? And she doesn't block out my black student.
Now that's key. Oh, that's key.
She does not block out my black student. Are you telling me you're trying to protect the identity of all these other kids, but you're gonna leave my black student open like that? And that's what has me triggered the most. Not that it's actually her.
Oh, really?
Not that it's actually her. That shocked me that it's her. But what triggered me the most is that she would stoop that low and leave the black student face wide open for everybody.
Wow. What a switch side.
For everybody to see.
Y'all heard that shit. The answer is no, nigga. Now, when we was listening to that clip, y'all heard him run down names like D.Darell, Flacco, Shakim Bake, and all that. Do y'all understand? This man exploited children and ran off the names of the people who he thought would go and see these kids. The first thing you gotta understand is he used them as bait. Why would you put children in an atmosphere to be abused or used in any kind of way? Why'd you do that, Binary? You said there were 6 people who knew what you were doing, who colluded with you to exploit these children. We need to know who the 6 is. Was any of the 6 the parents of the children? Did you tell the parents of these children what your intentions were? You said you left this shit wide open. And you said, we, who is the we that didn't think this would happen so fast? It has been verified that anti-afro is in the mental health field. And if she went to your Instagram and she seen them kids, she did what she was supposed to do by reporting you and letting motherfuckers know what you doing with them kids. And you just let us know what you were doing and why you were doing it. You said at 100 subs, you made an Instagram account. So in increments of subs, the more subs you accrue, the more shit you would do. So let me guess. You said, I'll use these special needs kids. I hate saying special needs kids, but people like to use that term. You took those kids and told those parents, let me guess, you went to the parents and said, hey, you know what, today, me and little Johnny had such a great day. I really love, being a special needs teacher, and I want to just save this moment. Can I put this on my Instagram? The parent probably said, sure. I hate using the term special needs. Some people don't refer to their children as a special needs child. They be like, that's my child. That's my baby. Being special needs ain't no badge of honor, because when you grow up, you don't turn into a special needs adult. So stop calling them kids special needs, but you was using it to try to manipulate people. But the problem is, what did you tell those parents you were going to use those children for? Because you explained to us already your intended purpose. That's foul. That's why you need your ass whipped. You see what they do for views. Now also, as we were listening to him, he tried to pull the race card. That little black girl face. I ain't seen the pictures, but people saying the girl had a mask on. Her face was covered. You pointed out that black girl to try to get the black people in the uproar. It appears that this guy will manipulate anybody and anything around him, but I keep asking myself, why? Gonna keep throwing the fact that little girl face wasn't blacked out, but she had a covering on, as something that got you the most incredulous? I gotta ask you then, You said that got you heated. But just the other day, you was running around and saying, please black out her picture. Please black out her picture. That shit lasted all of 2 days. And just the other day, you said you ain't got no more smoke for anti-afro. But you got on these motherfucking YouTube joints saying how that little black girl changed your life, and you so upset that her face wasn't covered, and now you ain't got no smoke for anti-afro. I thought that little girl meant something to you, boy. See, that's where you fucked up. Because now you ain't got no smoke. Now you ain't heated about what happened to that little girl. Now you off the Shakim rock. I thought you loved being a special education teacher, nigga. But see, ladies and gentlemen, you got motherfuckers like him, and you got people that actually love to do the job that they do. To him, I believe this is just an occupation. He don't love the kids. Because if you love the kids, you would never put them in a position to be exploited. And you damn sure would never exploit them yourself. I believe special education is just an occupation to this guy. He don't love it. He really don't. Or else he would not have done this. This was stupid. This was irresponsible. This was selfish. This was predatory. This was exploitation of children. That's it. And if you fucking rocking with him after this, if you willing to forgive a motherfucker who would exploit children, I don't need you around me. I don't need you saying shit to me. Get the fuck away from me. Because if that was mine, I would beat your ass. I'm telling you now. You gave us a detailed explanation for what you did, and you refused. You refused to hold yourself accountable for your stupidity. How the fuck is you about to get a PhD and you doing dumb shit like this? How smart was this? And I keep asking myself, why? But it appears that you will manipulate anyone in any situation because you don't give a fuck. You tried to take that little black girl and throw her up in front of us and say, look what she did, to get us all in an uproar. But we also seen you try to use that stop Asian hate bullshit against a black man, D.Darell. Why did you do that? Who is telling you to do this dumb shit? Because I see you trying to play the Asians against the blacks. I see you trying to play the blacks against the blacks. Where do you stand? What kind of man? You a fucked up individual. So I ask the question again, why? What you doing this for? Whoever is rocking with him after hearing this, you need to check yourself. He purposely exploited children. He purposely lied to parents. And we're about to get into the next clip where he this next clip is fucking mind-blowing. But this is what we dealing with over here. Certain people we got to cut off. We got to get them the fuck out of here. Because if they're willing to exploit children, they're willing to exploit anybody. And we have more evidence. Let's go into this next clip.
The hypocrisy that's going on. I already know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna get thumbs down on all my shit, but at least you guys see as clear as day the hypocrisy that's going on. And I'm going to continue to speak on this. I'm going to continue to speak on this because it's blatant hypocrisy. Now, she has erased my messages begging her. I told her straight up. I don't care about your video. I won't even flag you. But please edit the thumbnail to hide my student's face, please. I did it on this account and I did it on my other 2 bot accounts, and she blocked those things and she got rid of them. It's intentional. It's intentional. And you know what? I don't care. I want you guys to see. So every time you go to that video and you click on there and you see that black girl's face, you know what you're supporting. You know what you're supporting. You cannot unsee that. You can dislike my videos all you want. You can go to sleep saying, yay, we did good things for AAS, but you cannot unsee that girl's face that your leader intentionally left up there, and she's supposed to be protecting the black community.
Now, like I said, we have not heard anything about that young girl that you said. We shouldn't even be talking about minors. But you purposely introduced them into an adult space. And an adult saw what you did, and she did the right thing by reporting you. In this particular instance, Anti-Afro did the right thing by reporting what you were doing under the guise of loving children. Oh, she was exactly right. And what makes me so mad right now is that you ain't mad about the little girl no more. You said she changed your life. You should be pissed off all the more, because last time I checked, that video was still up, but you no longer angry about it anymore. You said that was the reason you were so mad. And now you ain't got no words for it. You rather talk about Shakim Rock? What? It's weird, because the more you talked, the more you told us what you did, the more we realized what kind of piece of shit you is. You left your kids up, other people's kids up, intentionally to see who would use those pictures. I got news for you, boy. It ain't just YouTube people scrolling around on the internet looking for pictures of children. All kinds of weirdos can screenshot those pictures, nigga. And you put them up there on your personal Instagram. You need your ass whooped, because you didn't do it out of love for the kids. You didn't do it out of love for special education. You did it to see who would use them over here on YouTube. You did it to see what internet weirdo would use those kids. We want to know what internet weirdo would introduce kids into a space like this. Why'd you do it, Binary? Those kids would not have been used if you ain't put them up there. We need to know if the parents know what you did. We need to know. But this next clip where he was being cross-examined by QT will reveal a lot. And it was bad. So let's go to this clip. It's very bad. Very, very bad, ladies and gentlemen. We got somebody to cancel.
Bait was the stuff, so I wanted to be clear. So I know one of the bait situations was to put the video or picture up of your cutie pie little boy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then this is the part I want to be clear on. When it comes to the Instagram,
mm-hmm.
was it the bait was the Instagram itself only, or was it a combination of the Instagram knowing that there would be kids on there, that was part of the bait as well?
Okay, now remember, the word bait I used as a trigger.
Oh,
right?
really?
Okay, so don't forget that. Now, the reason why I use that word as a trigger is because it makes the people that fell for the bait look that much more silly.
What?
See what I'm saying? So all I did on all my social media accounts was what I was allowed to do.
Wow.
You see?
Wow.
What I was allowed to do, what I got permission to do. You know? Now, knowing what sector I'm in and how cray-cray some people can be, you know, I did not private anything because I wasn't told I had to.
Oh, really?
You know, and I'm gonna be honest. Me and I don't have no smoke for AAS no more. My attention has completely shifted to something that's real because AAS has real? Not. She's smart. I just got to put it to you. I got to put it to you guys plain and simple. She's smart, right? I can't catch her up in anything. She's real slick with it. But some people aren't. So I can't catch her up in nothing. But I threw that out there to see if somebody was going to be that cray-cray to do it, and so that other people can see what we're dealing with.
What?
So yeah, I did what I was allowed to do in order to see who was who. Absolutely.
Wow.
Okay, so now I don't know if anybody's asked this question because
now there's a few takeaways that we gotta unpack right here. When QT pressed him, the Instagram, words like bait. First he said bait was a trigger word to make whoever took the pictures down that he posted as bait, he wanted them to look worse. But that actually makes you look bad because you using children for bait. You disgusting. Then you went on to say you did what you were allowed to do. And the question is, were you really allowed to do that? Because the only way you can be allowed to do that is if you specifically explain to those parents why you wanted to post those children on that Instagram account. Like you said earlier, when you hit 100 subscribers, did you say to those parents, hey, I want to use your kids to see who gonna use them? In a toxic sector. I wouldn't even say toxic. I would say this is a sector full of adults doing adult things, drinking, smoking, talking shit. There's no problem with that. But there is a problem when you introduce children into the mix. And that's what he did. He said he did what he was allowed to do, but was he really allowed to do it is the question, ladies and gentlemen. You also heard this motherfucker say, nobody told me to private it. See, when motherfuckers start talking, they start fucking up because they not really smart. Oh, he's not smart. Why would somebody allow you to post pictures on Instagram, then tell you to private it? See, he's not smart, ladies and gentlemen. He knows he's caught up, but when you caught up and you on the spot, it's hard to keep up with a lie when you're not prepared for the questions that's being asked. And QT did a damn good job. Now, I don't know if QT was asking him these questions just to get the shit out there and think it's going to get behind him, but it's not. I don't know what her purpose was. But she was calm in her interrogation, and I saw the techniques. Now, there's another thing I want y'all to pay attention to. When anti-afro came up, like I explained previously, he ain't got no more smoke for, but, you know, because he on to something real, but I thought that little black girl was real. You was incredulous about the fact that the only person face who wasn't blacked out was that little black girl. You was mad about that, but now you ain't got no more smoke. It's not an issue. I find that interesting. Also, I find interesting is when I listen to people and you hear them say shit like, anti-afro is very, very smart. So you go and suck her off real quick. But no, ladies and gentlemen, you gotta listen closely. He said she's very, very smart in an effort to make them both seem smart. But he only used the word very, very smart to cover up his obvious stupidity. Because what he did was stupid. So he'll say little slick shit like anti-afro is very, very smart. I can't catch her in nothing. When there's nothing to catch her in. You fucked up. So they use these little small psychological games and little words like very, very smart to cover up their obvious stupidity. And what he did is obviously stupid. But we cannot forget the key word, intentional. He did this on purpose. He deceived the parents on purpose. He put them kids up to be exploited. He himself exploited those kids on purpose. We hear the word bait in the same context or in the same sentence with children. That's a problem. Let's move on to the next clip. These are not my words. These are his words. He telling you what he did. We're gonna see who rock with it.
People can see what we're dealing with. So yeah, I did what I was allowed to do in order to see who was who. Absolutely.
Okay, so now I don't know if anybody's asked this question because again, this is all tying into one thing, and I've been kind of missing stuff here and there. So with that explanation that you just gave, do you bear any responsibility in terms of the quote unquote outrage and the labels being put on, you know, the hypocrisy type of, you know what I mean? Are you taking any accountability
QT
for
must
that,
mean
for
quite tactical.
doing exactly what you set
She's
out
tactical.
to do?
The only reason I don't take responsibility is because I did what I was allowed to do.
Wow.
I did what I was allowed to have permission to do. Now, and another reason why I don't take responsibility for posting things that I'm allowed to post is because one, I did what I was allowed to do, and two, I knew somebody was going to be cray enough to do what they did, right? So I knew that. So I don't take responsibility. Now, when you say the outrage, do you mean my outrage that I have with somebody putting their hands in the cookie jar, or what do you mean?
What?
On both sides. Because it's outrage on one that, you know, what they're saying, oh, well, he put the children out there for it to be seen. This is before you even addressed, you know, what you were doing. And then your outrage as well, even knowing that you had permission to do so. Because I understood that off the bat. That, you know, it was like, duh, hello, like how come people are not getting that? I totally got that. So yeah.
Right. Now, you got to remember, I wasn't surprised that it happened. I was only surprised of who did it, right? So I wasn't surprised. I didn't want any, there wasn't going to be any like hardcore ramifications like, you know,
really, I'm
going to come after you, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. It was none of that. It was just more of, for me to see personally, who's who. You know what I mean? Who's I didn't think it was going to be, I'm just going to keep it real. I did not think it was going to be her. So I wasn't prepared for it. You know what I mean? I was not prepared for what happened to happen. And so now I'm playing a different type of game because I was not prepared for that.
So kids is a game.
I could have sworn it was going to be somebody else. So she entered me into a whole different realm that I wasn't prepared for. But now that I am prepared, I could tell she's really, really smart because she has not done anything yet as far as, you know, the threatening of my job. It's like she hasn't done anything. What she has done is she got into my psyche.
Dumbass.
You know what I mean? She's gotten into my psyche. She has me checking every single day of like, okay, what's her activity? What's this?
Dumbass.
What's that? And I gotta say, you know, she played her hand well. I can admit that.
Kids is a game now, y'all.
The only reason I'm not putting blame on my end is because I was allowed to do what I did, and also if you listen, my hypocrisy.
Oh yeah, your hypocrisy.
My outrage.
Your hypocrisy, bitch.
Freudian slip stop. My outrage was the hypocrisy that was taking place as far as what she was able to do within her rights. What she did, she was allowed to do. Just like what I did, I was allowed to do. Now, what comes after that is our words and our accusations and our
Ain't this a bunch of bullshit?
So that's what all this is about.
None of this shit
It's not really about, who messed up legally, like who did something illegal, who did something that things could possibly. That's not it, because both of us are really smart.
I told y'all about that smart shit.
Exactly, from a moral standpoint. Right. So me having that mentality to throw my own personal stuff out there like that, knowing, you know what, I'm gonna be honest, okay? Now that you're talking to me, and now that we're getting this out in the clear, I'm gonna go ahead and take one on the chin.
Pause.
I'm gonna go ahead and take one on the chin.
What?
Knowing the sector that I'm in.
What?
Right? And knowing the kind of people that I'm dealing with, that was not the right move.
You just figuring this shit
out.
I'm
just now coming to that conclusion right now.
All right.
Right now in my mind.
You know what? Because there was something in the chat. I'm like, okay, thank you. Because I've been seeing a lot of chatter with, that question and people saying, basically, nobody wants to step up and ask, and I'm going like, oh really, nobody asked? Well, what's the problem? Because I think it's a fair question. So right now, thinking is legal, and look, listen, and let me see your transcript. Pretty much kind of saying the same thing, but the thinking is legal.
Yeah.
Now, QT was cooking him, kept him on deck. But you see how at the tail end, after a couple weeks of this shit, now I see where I was wrong. This PhD candidate, y'all, a dumb motherfucker who could not see where you fucked up at by exploiting children. You see, man, oh man, this is just not good for you, cuz. But motherfuckers like you need to be up out of here, because you'll exploit anyone. Your kids, your wife, a whole movement of Asian hate. You tried to put that shit on D.Darell. What if that shit would have snowballed and started going downhill, and D.Darell could have lost everything because you want to come online and fuck around? And then you just let that shit go like it was fucking nothing. And then you tried to take this little black girl and throw her out there, and the minute you saw that shit ain't fly, alright, fuck her too. Let's go after Shakim Rock. I think he threatened me with a gun. Y'all see what type time he on? But you will not escape what you did to those children and how you betrayed the trust of their parents. We got one more clip. And this clip is key. Listen to QT.
In the chat, I'm like, okay, I thank you, because I've been seeing a lot of chatter with that question and people saying, basically, nobody wants to step up and ask, and I'm going like, oh really, nobody asked? Well, what's the problem? Because I think it's a fair question. So right now, thinking is legal. And look, listen, and let me see your transcript. Pretty much kind of saying the same thing, but the thinking is legal. Yeah. If the people who quote unquote allowed you knew you would use the children for, we just gonna say bait because that's what you said, right? Would they allow you? That's one. Let me see your transcript. Now she put, so you use the kids as bait, take no responsibility for someone using them as bait. I don't. So, but that first part.
Oh, that first part.
Okay, I see it.
Okay, y'all. Well, he's taking accountability.
He didn't want to answer that first
for
part.
His actions now. So there you have it.
Now listen.
Yeah, I see it. I see it as clear as day. That's fine. Now, now, don't forget though, I never stood on a soapbox and said, "This is who I am. This is what I do. This is what I do, and this is what I don't do." You guys got to remember that. I've never stood on a soapbox and said I wouldn't use bait. I never stood on a soapbox and said I wouldn't do this, I wouldn't do that.
Wow.
So you were doing good. You were doing good, bro. You should probably stop.
No.
She's trying to tell him.
Other people there is the distinction, okay? But I can admit, because, you talking to me right now, I'm like, okay, all right, that makes sense. So I can admit that, I would not do that again. I would not do that again. Yeah, I wouldn't do that again. Even though legally I can do it, even though, you know what I mean? But I just
no, because you know what it is. I think the big issue is that there were other people's children, permission or not. It's kind of like, you get called to the draft, but no, I'm not going to the draft. I'm gonna send some stand-ins to go to the draft for me to that war. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what I think the issue is.
But on my Instagram now, I'm continually posting, and I know it's private now, but I'm just saying it didn't stop what I do, what I use the platform for.
What?
But I do know the sector I'm in, so you know what I mean. It's just like, okay, all right.
Absolutely.
So I get it.
Well, I appreciate, you answering the questions. So for people who wanted to know, you have your answer. And
y'all see where he fucked up? The QT tried to help the motherfucker by saying, see, you was doing good. But one thing about a liar is they tend to over-explain simple things. They go into way too much detail when they lying. When you telling the truth, shit right down the middle. Boom. This is what it was, and that's it. This motherfucker going into way too much detail that tells you his mind is cycling through bullshit while he lying. If you paid attention to when QT was interrogating this motherfucker, he was doing all the signs, rubbing his head, trying to comfort himself. He was real uncomfortable with it because he knew he fucked up. And after all this shit, he finally comes to the realization that, I didn't realize what I was doing was wrong. A PH motherfucking D student. A dumb motherfucker. Now you ain't dumb, nigga. You use anything and anybody around you. Something's happening to you. You in the dark space or something, nigga. You fucked up. I don't know what would make you want to exploit children. As a matter of fact, you said you was doing it to find out who's who. Who the fuck don't you know in this sector, bitch? In the other video earlier on, you naming names and everybody, so it's apparent and clear you know who's who in the sector. So what did you exploit those children for? And you finally come to the realization and say, yeah, it was fucked up, but that ain't the end of the game. You gotta pay for what you did. In any kind of way, you gotta pay. I think you should. Because that's what happened when you involve kids. Whoever leads even one of these little ones astray, it would be better for him had he not been born. Chuck him in the middle of the ocean with a millstone around his neck. You led them little ones astray. And for what? Whatever you get out of this, you deserve. Whoever rocking with you. I seen identity withheld being quiet. Why you ain't checked that nigga? I know you got kids. Why you ain't say nothing? You still rocking with him? Anybody who I see rocking with this dude, knowing his crimes, oh, this is a motherfucking crime. Anybody I see rocking with it, don't fuck with me. Cause I got kids. If you ain't got no kids, I understand. You don't know what it's about. But let a motherfucker manipulate somebody close to you. and you see how it feels. I know how those parents feel having their children being played around with online. It's bad enough that they got special needs, and we know what special needs parents go through. They go through a lot. There's a lot of extra traveling and stuff. I myself had a foster child. So I know what it's like to open up your family to another kid and have to split the time amongst everybody equally. It wasn't a special needs kid, but it was a whole nother kid. And we did all we had to do to make sure that they were able to be reunited with their family, and that's where they are today. But I'd be damned if I would have seen that child go into the system knowing the system don't care. So when I see shit like this and motherfuckers manipulating people and exploiting children, it makes me fucking mad. It makes me mad as a dad. It makes me mad as a man. And to see people still rocking with him, knowing what he did, I think it's time for me to make my exit. Because this was disgusting. This ain't right. He gotta go. Ladies and gentlemen, we seen this man walk into the bathroom where his wife was at in the effort to prove something to people online. He explained to us that his wife was butt naked. He gave us men an image of his wife naked. Bucket naked. I can imagine a upside down mop. Water dripping all over her body. Because that's the image that you gave us. You betrayed her trust. You violated the sanctity of your marriage, and for what? You violated the trust of those children's parents. And for what? What won't you do for a couple of views? I want to know who's still rocking with it. You can forgive a nigga for robbing you for money. You can forgive a nigga for flagging your channel. You can forgive a nigga for stealing your car. But you don't forgive niggas who exploit children on purpose. Not somebody in his position. A teacher. Easy access to children anytime they want it. He explained in detail what his plans were. He got to 100 subscribers. He lied to the parents. He took the pictures of the kids, and he wanted to see who would use their picture. He could have took pictures of him and his wife. He could have took pictures of him and his kids. But he made sure to take care of his own. So I'll just exploit those because they ain't mine. You betrayed the trust of those parents. You betrayed those children. You disgust me. And like I said, I hope one of those kids' fathers find out what you did. Because I know he gonna fuck you up. Because you need to be. You ever see an angry father when somebody fuck with his kid? It's something different. You ever see an angry uncle? Somebody fuck with his niece or nephew? It's something different. You ever see an angry cousin when somebody fucking with his little cousin? It's something different. You got a lot of people you need to be looking out for. Because if they find out, you might have to deal with an ass whooping every day. Because that's what you need. Don't you ever in your life put children in any situation they ain't supposed to be in. And I shouldn't have to tell you this. But whatever you get from this, that's what you get. Ladies and gentlemen of the sector, this case is in your hands. This is real shit. Don't give them a second chance to fuck up like this. You fuck up one time with the kids. That's your ass. So what y'all gonna do? Who rock with it? No further questions. Your witness.
The reason why is because he tiptoed on both sides, causing problems. You see, he caused problems on the good guy's side first. Well, no, I'm sorry. He caused problems with Smoke God first. And then it spilled over to the good guys. And then anti-Afro got tired of his antics. And then it became an issue with anti-Afro. Spingal. If we want to be frank about it, if we want to be, truthful about everything. He thought he was going to get away with playing on everybody's side, causing disruption. And we not having it. And so my thing is that my stance is not going to change. He needs to be canceled. He was very threatened at the fact that I said it, because he know that when I say certain things, it rings bells and people are going to pay attention. And he got scared of that. And he should be scared of that. You went and docked a man's fucking house? Are you out of your goddamn mind? All these accolades for bringing nothing to the sector, nothing unique, nothing substantial, nothing worthwhile watching. You stole all of Smoke Thug style. His style is the way he did things, the way he structured his panel. We went from Smoke Code to now it's fucking Code Game. It was the Smoke Game, then you want to come up with Code Game. And he all sensitive. I've never seen a sensitive ass troll. I never heard of a sensitive ass troll.
Hi, I would like to make a complaint. Inappropriate for the teacher to be posting those children all over social media and using the hashtag special education, because we do not, at least to my knowledge, and this is what I was told, is that they should not disclose that information to the public as far as them having mental disability on social media. So that's really the subject of my complaint. Like some of the stuff that he said about people with mental illness, that was very concerning. So I just have been trying to give him the benefit of the doubt for a long time, but I don't think he's going to stop. So that's why I felt like I had to make a phone call to report that.
Okay, folks, you heard what Binary Code stated. It's no surprise. And I'm going to start this. If anybody wants to continue to insist that this is going back and forth, this is tit for tat, just tune out. No, you don't allow people to do that, especially if they are charged in a public environment of upholding non-discriminatory practices. And that responsibility is 24/7. Now, if you look on the screen here, you see the behavior matrix from the school where Binary Castaway works. If he is a teacher or whatever title it is, he has a credential with the state. He is charged with enforcing these regulations. Click on the link, you can pull the entire chart up. So he's charged, as are all adults in that environment, with ensuring students comply with these behavioral standards. That means that Binary Castaway can then get on a public forum and completely eviscerate the rules? Absolutely not. So this is how you handle a situation like this. Of course, you can decide to ignore it. I do most of the time, but he is in the special ed arena. He claims to be coaching boys on a football team. He says he's a pastor. No, we need to hold him accountable, and accountable he will be held. Because if you're on autopilot, whenever you get mad as a black woman and you bring up her race, her gender, and you believe her to have certain physical characteristics, That's deeply ingrained. That is not something that happens overnight, because he has done it to other black women on YouTube. This is not an isolated incident. Now, I feel sorry for Binary Code, because if he ever did see me, I don't care whatever it means, he would go into a tailspin, because he could not handle the fact. This is where his mind is, not mine, based on his own words and actions. And you are ignoring D.Darell, you're ignoring Shakim Ra, who else? You're ignoring Oracle, you're ignoring Tiffany Griffin. Who else are you ignoring over there? We Unlock, you're ignoring all of these people who are driving you 6 feet under, 10 feet under, 20 feet under. Where is your smoke? Who else are you ignoring over there? Be accountable. Call him a gorilla. Let's see you get up on a live stream and call Be Accountable a gorilla. You are a coward beyond description.
Nigga, I talk shit in your motherfucking face. What the fuck are you talking about? I have cussed you out in your motherfucking face. What the fuck are you talking about? I have talked shit to you on your own channel, in your own chat. What the fuck are you talking about? Don't come for me, nigga. Don't come for me. Don't fucking come for me. Bitch, don't fucking come for me.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? I did 2 faces.
I'm cussing you the fuck out in your fucking face.
No, okay.
You know I don't fuck with you. I fuck with you when you made me a moderator. I told you that in your chat.
You said you did.
What the fuck are you talking about? I talk shit behind your back.
So let me
talk
get
shit to your fucking face.
So there was never a time
Who
you said
have I talked about behind their fucking back? Yeah, nigga, I talk about you behind your back. I talk about you in your face. I talk about you everywhere I'm at. What the fuck are you talking about?
So you
just act like this is a fucking secret.
So you just admitted it. You just admitted
it. It's a fucking secret that niggas don't know. I don't like you.
This drama attracts a variety of personalities to the set. This brings in trolls, whose sole purpose in life is to promote discord and confusion. This can be entertaining at times, but it's a major distraction and takes away from the seriousness of the bill. Trolls not only exist online, but they also exist in the real world, serving the same purpose of creating disruption in the community. There's no room for this. We're not a people who have the luxury of having our work slowed down by fools who only exist to feed their own amusement. Yeah, you know who they are.